guys, it's your girl Liv, aka Fleeky, and today we are doing a chit chat, get ready with me, a Q&A, and a 1 month post-op of my breast augmentation and lift. So make sure you guys like and subscribe and comment below, and don't forget to hit that bell button so you guys know whenever I post, and keep on watching.
Whoa, whoa, yeah. Sometimes we laugh and sometimes we cry, but I guess you know now, baby. I took a half and she took the whole thing. Slow down, baby.
Hi guys, we are back in my room. Welcome to the girls room. So today, as I already said before, we're doing a Q&A and an update, a 1 month update on the boobies. As you can see, the girls are sitting hot, the girls are sitting pretty, okay? I'm super excited to share all the questions that have been asked on Instagram. I'm trying to keep this video shorter than some of my other content, so I'm gonna answer 10 questions as I get ready for work, because your girl's always working. Believe it or not, I'm always working, and I know I don't really show too much of that. It's always me showing me out, kicking it, living my soft girl life. I'm gonna have to call my friend back. Hold on, y'all. I know I have like a ton of questions that I already didn't even answer in the past, and yeah, I'm tired of doing that to y'all. Like, real talk, just a recap. I had got my breast augmentation surgery back on September 4th. And so far, I just been going through it, y'all, the healing process. I wasn't really expecting the healing process, and we're gonna get into that more as we get into these questions. But yeah, your girl's been, the recovery has been something that I was not necessarily prepared for. But yeah, and then so simultaneously, the day of surgery, while I was like in prep and about to go into the operating room, I am negotiating a brand deal, and actually negotiated, closed it, and got like the brief, the non-disclosure agreement, the whole nine, like literally the whole nine, before I went into the operating room, which was crazy to me because I actually manifested this, and I just couldn't even believe like what I wrote down in my journal in the beginning of this year was actually just happening both together. So that is just, I just want you guys to know, whenever you set goals for yourself and you're actually putting action to it and you're being consistent, you're being disciplined, that it is going to happen when it's supposed to happen. And I'm glad, you know, I pray about it. I wanted this to be done before the year was over, and I actually accomplished it, so yes. Another thing is I've been getting a lot of brands sending me products, and this was also a goal for me when I first started YouTube, was to actually get like free makeup. That's literally all I ever wanted, was like just to get free things, you know, like products that I loved. And I didn't realize how content creating was going to elevate. You know, the evolution of content creating is so different from when I started back when I was 25. And I feel like if I was a lot more consistent and confident then, I would have been a lot further. But again, things happen when they're supposed to happen, and I'm glad they're happening now. And I will also get into more of the content creation life, because I get questions on that as well. But let's just get into this. Let's get into this. So first things first, I want to talk about Milk, because they've been sending me products, and this is a brand, this is not sponsored. This is just a brand that is very, how should I say, well-known brand sending me products. Like the first well-known brand just sending me products, and that I actually love, and I don't mind bragging about them, talking about them. Yeah, y'all, I'm just so super thankful to even be receiving the products that I'm receiving. If the light is changing, I'm so sorry. It's because the black, but every time I have black and not enough white, the lighting just changes around. So yes, they sent me their, so this is the jellies. This is like the blush and lip tints, and they sent me a brush. They sent me the new colors they have and then the colors that they already had. So we're gonna get into this. Since I'm getting ready for work, I like to keep it clean girl makeup. So I'm gonna turn my flat iron. My flat iron's on. So first question is, hi, hey girl. I wanna start creating content. What apps, cameras do you suggest for beginners? For beginners, see, I missed the for beginners part. For beginners, the apps you should edit on, it depends. All right, let me ask you this and then you can comment or just shoot me a DM and let me know. Are you asking for YouTube or you're asking for TikToks and Reels? That's the first question. That's for anybody. Let me know. Let me know in the comments what apps or like what social media you're talking about specifically. I'm gonna go ahead and say things off the top of my head. CapCut. CapCut is super easy to use. You can also download it onto your laptop too to edit your YouTube videos as well, but I love CapCut for my Reels and my TikToks. And I would also use your TikTok. Use your TikTok because TikTok is going to sync things on beat. Whenever you're creating content, you want your clips to sync with the beats of the music that you have in the background. You can get away sometimes, like if you're doing a vlog and you're doing a voiceover, but if you're showing content at like of a restaurant and you want to give a vibe, you definitely want the music to be on beat, and TikTok does that for you, which that's what I love about TikTok. And you can scroll, like you can hit that arrow and then it can tell you to, if you want to download the video before you post it. That's what I also do, because then I have the video without the watermark and I can post it onto my other social media outlets. Like Instagram, they don't really like you posting your TikToks that have the watermark. They don't work together, so they're not gonna push that kind of content out. That is a tip. That's free game. Now cameras are tricky because are you consistent? Because the cameras I'm about to give you are expensive, and if you are not consistent, I don't recommend it. If you are starting off, use your iPhone. You got an iPhone? Use your iPhone, because iPhones are really good. They have really great quality. Believe it or not, you do not need a fancy camera to record videos, especially TikToks. Now and Reels, and I get it. If you want to do YouTube, you probably don't even have all that space to be doing long forms of content on your phone. So camera, I would recommend. Right now I'm using my Canon. This is I think this is the 7i. I'll link at all my cameras. EOS Rebel, I think this is the 7i. I love Canon. And then for my vlogging camera, I have the Mark III. It's a Canon G7X. I was gonna bring it in here, but I'm gonna put all of them here. Those are the cameras that I use currently. And as you progress into your content creating life, you're gonna start finding more cameras from other creators too that you're going to like. And they're expensive. These cameras are running like 800s to the 3000s. So you need to make sure that you are consistent enough to be making these kind of investments. So yes, my advice for beginners, be consistent and then start to invest in these products. Also, another app that I use for my YouTube videos is Final Cut Pro. Also another investment because it's not cheap, and you also have to purchase plugins if you want certain type of features too. The thing I like about the CapCut is you don't need so many plugins. Like the plugins are really already there to really start off and have like quality content and engaging content. Let's talk about my boobies. First question on the boobies. So this person asked me, she said, what made you have surgery? This is Nails by L. What made me have surgery? Well, basically, I wanted this surgery for a minute now. Probably like 2 years now, because when I look at my saved albums of like inspo pics, the title of the album was like new boobs or new body 2022. So was supposed to get this done, and I was tired of talking about it to myself. I didn't really talk about it too much to other people. I might have mentioned it here and there, but with myself, I had this thing where I'm not gonna talk myself to death about it. Like, I'm all about action. Main thing was that made me get the surgery too is obviously aesthetic and how I wanted to feel more confident than what I already have. I said this in my other video. I am a confident person, but I know, like, with age and because I breastfed my daughter for a year, my boobs do not look like how they used to look prior to baby and prior to weight gain and prior to age. Like, I want my clothes to fit a certain kind of way, and I want to feel confident when I wear those clothes, like, without a bra. I know a lot of people are probably just a little confused. And side note, don't mind the nails, because it's good pre-B-day beauty maintenance coming up tomorrow, so don't even pay attention to nails. I really want to just get this video out for y'all. But yes, I know a lot of people are confused because they're like, yeah, you have boobs, like, you always had boobs. This wasn't about wanting bigger boobs. I mean, I've always had breasts, right? So with heavy breasts and with gravity and over time, and due to breastfeeding, they're going to not sit as high as they used to. So I really wanted them to be lifted, and I wanted them to stay a certain size, right? Because whenever you lose weight and with time, like, they're going to end up sagging anyways again. So whenever you're losing weight, you're going to lose a size. If I would have just got a lift, it wouldn't have that roundness that I want, and kind of like a firmness to it a little bit. Like, they're soft, like, they're getting soft now. Like, here it's soft. Here we're still working on it. The swelling is going down, but I wanted them to stay a certain size no matter what, you know, changes I made as far as losing weight. And just, again, aesthetic, it just looks better to me. To me, it just looks better, and that's just what I wanted to do. And I just wanted to, you know, feel more confident than what I already feel. And also my boobs, both of them, wore different sizes significantly because I gained weight, and my left breast grows a lot more than the right one. And it's always been that way. Even when I was breastfeeding, the left boob produced more milk than the right one for some odd reason. It was crazy. That is why I got surgery. And if you got the money, I do not shame anybody from wanting to do any cosmetic surgery, because certain things you cannot get from the gym. I don't care what trainer tells you. You can grow a butt. Yes, you can grow a butt. But can you grow hips? Not really. You can get the illusion that you got bigger hips because you're slimming down your waist. But even then, it's like, it's really all about genetics. So, that's how I feel about it. Second question. This is from Asia. Hey girl, hey Asia. I know Asia. Did you get it over the muscle or under the muscle? Oh wait. Rewind, because I didn't even tell y'all the size, what size I got. So in terms of sizes, like I said, I already had big boobs. Not like, to some people they're big boobs. To other people who got bigger boobs, they're like, you got small boobs, whatever. I feel like I had a nice size. I think a C cup is a pretty solid, nice size for breasts, okay? So I feel like the right side was a C 34, and then the left side was making its way to a D cup, okay? Because the bras that I was wearing, my breast was like, this breast would always spill out of it. It was so annoying. Like, this one fitted so well, and then this one, it was just like, no, this one was a D size. So I got them evened out, and I chose to go with a D cup, and that's where we're at. And I got different size implants inside just to even it out, because for obvious reasons, one was bigger than the other. And he didn't, I don't know if he did a whole lot of clean out with my left breast. So basically, in a mastopexy, I hope I'm saying it right. And a mastopexy is like a breast reduction as well. Like, they're doing a whole clean out. They have to take out, like, it depends how much tissue they need to take out, and it's really an invasive surgery that I did not realize until afterwards, and how the healing process was, and then when I seen what it actually looks like. Keep in mind, you are getting opened up, like your breast is getting opened up and altered. Do not take a breast lift lightly, because just getting implants, they're making like a one little incision and they're inserting the implant in there, and girls recover quickly from that. But the recovery for a breast lift and augmentation is a lot longer. We are at the 1 month mark on the 4th, which is Friday. Today's Wednesday, and I still feel soreness. I still feel pain. It's just, y'all, it's a journey. I was like up and down, up and down. 1 minute I'm feeling great, and the next minute I'm feeling super swollen and tired, and my back hurts. I need to lay down, like that type of thing. So back to, okay, let me tell you how many cc's I got. So the breast implant I got was the Mentor Memory Gel Boost breast implant, and I got to feel it. I showed it in my last vlog. It's super natural feeling. Even right now, it feels super natural. It just feels like how my breast would feel in a bra. So it feels natural, and I think somebody asked that question too. To that. So I got in the left side 390 cc's, and then in the right side I got 430 cc's. So this is the implant ID card. The device is a track device. I don't know how I don't think I like how that sounds. Anyways, so this is a cohesive gel implant, which means if it breaks open, nothing is spilling into my body. There's no contents that's gonna spill into my body. So love the gel implants. It's called a gummy bear, and that's what I got. Did you get it over the muscle or under? I got it under the muscle. And in my surgeon's, Dr. Altman's words, because it's the right thing to do for people who ask why I got it underneath, it's the right thing to do. It's the best way to do it. And he says it with such confidence, and it sounds so cocky if you're talking to him. Like, if you're not in the medical field, you're like, wow. But yeah, so I liked how he said it. Like, he's confident in what he's saying. Like, this is how you should be doing it, because I think what happens is if you get it over the muscle, then it's gonna just sag a lot faster. Now, the healing process, when you do it over the muscle or under the muscle, it is longer. And as I said, I still feel soreness. I still am recovering. It takes a lot longer to recover, I'm not gonna lie. And I don't know if it's because I got it underneath the muscle or because I got the lift too. So just keep that in mind. Does it, and then she also asked, does it feel natural or does it feel like there's something there? I also answered that question too. Yo, why do I be answering these questions just like so out of order? So yes, it feels, so far it is starting to feel natural. Right now it does feel like something is there because my muscle is projected right now. Like, it feels like something is pushing this part down. Like, here feels normal. All around underneath here feels normal. But up here, it just feels like my muscle hasn't relaxed yet, and it hasn't made room for that implant completely yet. Like, it's making its way. Soon as, like, if I bother it, it gets so defensive that it just starts like getting tight. It starts to like contract and just get firm and just wants to protect whatever is going on, or protect itself. So right now, yes, it just feels like something, like if you do this, that's kind of how it feels like in the healing process. It just feels like something's pushing me down. So that's what it feels like. I think I also explained how was the, oh, someone asked me in the comments, and they deleted it. It was such a good question, so I hope you watched this video because I was so mad that you deleted it, or I don't know if I deleted it by accident. But the procedure, what goes on, what does it feel like when you go into the OR? Let's talk about the OR process. So basically, you go into the room, the nurse takes you to the room after you do your test, your pregnancy test. You go into the room, the seats were heated, it was so nice, and you wait, and the nurse, she does her vitals. She'll ask you questions, you know, medical questions, history, and all that good stuff. She gets your vitals, and she's gonna put your IV in. They hung lactated ringers, and then the surgeon comes in and he does his markings. Now my surgeon, he was running a little bit behind, so my surgery didn't happen right at the time that it was supposed to, but you know, that's just how it be. And so he does his markings. The surgeon is gonna mark you up and pretty much do these markings so he knows how he's going to have your breasts lifted and where the implant is gonna be inserted and all that good stuff. I'm not a surgeon either, so I might not be giving the full-on detail on the purpose of markings. So yeah. So then after he does that, then your anesthesiologist, you also should meet your anesthesiologist, and you also should do research on your anesthesiologist too. It's kind of hard to find information on them, but you just want to meet them so you know who's putting you under. The anesthesiologist is important for keeping you alive throughout that surgery, because you're going to be heavily drugged whenever you get put under. It's a series of different drugs. You're not going to, like, you're asleep in this procedure. It's general anesthesia, but you are being sedated, you are being put to sleep by drugs, and then they have to reverse that. So they're in charge of making sure you're breathing and you're not getting way too sedated to the point where you stop breathing. I mean, it's just so many things that can go on if they don't pay attention to your vitals and all that good stuff. So what it feels like, they take me into the OR, and I'm already in my gown or whatever. It's like paper gown, and they had me lay on this table. Now, what I liked about this table was it was comfy, and it was like not cold for real. It was just very comfy. It was very soft, and they had me with my arms laid out, and I'm laying down. And this is the part where I really started hyperventilating a little bit, and I see why they give you something to relax. Like, they have to relax you before they do the other things, because your girl was about to start crying. Like, I was just like so worried and stressed out, because, you know, people do pass away from surgeries. Like, and I don't ever want to be be that girl who got cosmetic surgery and left her daughter. Like, no, that was like my biggest fear. And even I prepared, you know, my family and my daughter for something that's very rare in this surgery. Must add that, like, this surgery is not like a super dangerous cosmetic surgery, but I did still prepare. I made sure that I put my daughter as a beneficiary in my life insurance and my retirement funds and all that. Just make sure she was taken care of. If something was to happen to me, my girl was going to be paid. But nonetheless, once you get into the surgery and you're on the table, they put something in your IV to relax you. It relaxes you to the point where you kind of forget what you're here for. Like, I felt myself relaxing and just calming down and breathing. And then the next thing she says, that what she was putting in now is going to burn a little bit. That burn, you're going to sleep. And then you wake up. It happens like this. You close your eyes and you're up again. It's like you took a little nap. That's what it feels like. And it is kind of like a little nap, because the procedure is only 2 hours. So you weren't asleep that long. So it feels scary when you're in the OR. It does. Like when you lay on the table and reality hits you, it does feel a little nerve-wracking, okay? But the nurses and the anesthesiologists and the doctors, they're so like confident, like they're just, you know, putting everything in order, making sure everything is sterile, and you're just laying there like stressed out, like what is about to happen to me? It is scary in that moment, but once they give you something to relax, you are fine. Like you will be fine, and you will wake up very shortly. Now when you wake up, you're gonna feel a little like out of it, and you will say things that don't even make sense, or like you be saying things that you probably shouldn't even be saying. Like my my nurse was like, yeah, you were talking about your friend, how she got her boobs done and this and that. Like, and I'm like, which friend? Because a lot of my friends got their breasts done or whatever. And then she was like, yeah, you were saying that she had it 2 days ago and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I have no friend that had her boobs done 2 days ago. Your girl was tripping, y'all. Long story short, I was tripping off them drugs. Like, yeah. So then you have to stay there for an hour, and they just monitor you and you get your vitals, and you just, after that, they call the person that's supposed to pick you up, and they pick you up and you can go home the same day. That's how the procedure feels. Next question is from, girl, I hope I'm saying your name right. Please tell me I'm saying your name right. If I'm not, if I'm butchering it, just tell me, yell at me. Narja or Narje, I'm just gonna put it here, make sure you follow her. I like her, love her. She asked about the price, and then she asked about, can you get both mastopexy and implants at the same time? And okay, so the price, let's talk about the price. We're gonna go in with milks. We're gonna use the brush that they gave me. Let's see. Oh, okay. Whoa, it's a lot. Hold that, y'all. We gotta blend that. It's a tint, y'all, so it's gonna be a little pigmented at first. So price, really think about this before you ask me the price. Not you specifically, but anybody that asks me the price, just please keep this in mind, because I don't want y'all to think I'm crazy. Just ask me individually. I'm gonna tell you the price after I put this video down, because I don't want nobody coming for me. Let me just say this procedure can range from 10 to maybe 14,000. Keep in mind, this is a 2-process procedure. You are getting a lift and you are getting a breast implant. And if you are like me, who wants a more natural feeling and you don't want contents to like go into your body, and if it so happened to break, like the gummy bear implant is not a cheap implant. Let me just say that, it's not a cheap implant. And then I did it with Dr. Altman. He's like the boob god for real. Like he is specialized in breast augmentations. He's done Aries, he's done Lyra Galores. You see what their breasts look like. They look bomb as fuck. Can you get both mastopexy and implants at the same time? Yes, you can. Some surgeons do it separately, but my surgeon does it together. Next question is from Life Without Sin. She said, is this the only surgery you've had? I answered this in my last vlog. No, it is not the only surgery I had. The other surgery, and my other friend on Instagram, she asked me about this too, and she said whenever I feel comfortable about talking about it, then I will talk about it. I don't think in this video, because that's long, like a dissertation to talk about it in this video, and I feel like this video is already exceeding the length that I want it to be at. Everything I pay for myself. Let me just put that out here. There's no man sponsoring that, okay? That's a whole story time. So I've been down this rodeo, I feel experienced, and it's still scary, okay? But that happened back in 2019. That was back in 2019, and it was like the peak, or not even the peak, like the beginning of COVID about to happen. So nobody really even could tell. Nobody could tell at all. And still people speculate, but But they don't be on me like, oh my God, because, you know, I like to keep it natural, whatever. For now. Next question. This is from Rafa Sunshine. How would you feel about you and your daughter living in different states? Very sad. Very sad, very anxious, that's not happening. Because whatever state my daughter would go to, I think I would probably go with her. That girl is my little bestie daughter. That girl is literally my everything, okay? And I'm saying that now because earlier she really was pissing me off as I was looking for all my equipment, because she's a girl, and if you have daughters, and me being a daughter myself and just really having to remind myself like I was like this as well. Like I always wanted to play my mom's makeup or wear my mom's clothes and this and that. She does that. She'll grab my things just like I used to grab my mom's things. So I just have to just be mindful and give it a little grace, even though it's highly annoying. Even my sister would do this to me. And I'm like, oh my God. When she goes to college, y'all, it's just gonna be like a breath of fresh air. I know all my things are going to be where I left them. But regardless of the arguments and the stress my daughter does, I don't want to be apart from her. I just feel like she needs me. You know, I do videos on mentoring other women and just giving my little piece of 2 cents advice or whatever, whether it's asked for or not, it's helping somebody, okay? My testimony is gonna help somebody. But I also want to be there for my child as well. I think that's where I need to start within my own home. Okay, I can't be preaching about something and then I feel like my daughter isn't doing the things that she is supposed to as well, or I'm not giving her the same advice. And mind you, she's her own person. She's definitely her own person, and she's going to make her own mistakes. She's going to do things that might not be necessarily a reflection of me. So keep that in mind, because I know some people see my daughter out and they see her in a different light. You know, she's a teenager. Remind yourself, you was a teenager. What was you doing when you was a teenager, right? What was I doing when I was a teenager? So I'm not oblivious of what could possibly be what she's doing, where she's at. I always have her location. That they're gonna make mistakes the hard way and they're gonna have to learn from it. You are gonna be their lifeline at the end of the day. If shit really hits the fan, you are their lifeline. If you're a good parent, you're gonna be there and support your kid in all phases of their lives. And my daughter's in a teenage phase, you know, they want to be with their friends and they want to fit in, and they're figuring themselves out, trying to find their identity. That's why I write these affirmations for my daughter. I literally just got done earlier this morning writing affirmations and asking her, you know, what do you feel like your purpose is, and what is your greatest fears in life? Like, let's talk about it. That kind of thing, you know? I also had somebody this morning comment, like, people's been trolling on my reels, okay? And mind you, they don't bother me too much. But, oh, guys, some people just really be talking at the side of their neck, and sometimes I gotta clap back a little bit because obvious reasons. People just be talking too much and it literally be irritating, because you're taking one reel and it's really just comedy. Don't take it with a grain of salt. But some guy just in the comments was just talking about, like, oh, the song choice that I made with my daughter in the video. Y'all, let me just say this. My daughter is about to be 18. That's one of the reasons why I really didn't care. And I also didn't care either because it was more towards, like, it was Big Mama's by Lotto. And I was just going off the Big Lotto part. I wasn't necessarily listening to the other lyrics, even though I know what the lyrics are saying. But Alana's age group, they listen to Lotto. They listen to NBA Youngboy. They listen to a lot of raunchy things. Believe it or not, they do. I'm not oblivious to what my daughter listened to. I don't encourage a certain type of lifestyle. I don't encourage a woman being fast and this and that. What the video was saying was, I'm introducing my daughter to a certain type of lifestyle just so she don't be easily impressed by a man just doing it just to do it and not actually loving her. That's the message behind that reel. So to the men in the comments, in one of my other videos, as far as men like treating their woman and sending her a Cash App or sending her a Zelle. Bottom line, women love love and they love money and they love to be treated like a freaking princess. I'm not gonna lie to you about it. Like, that's what women like, and y'all men like what y'all like, correct? So let's stop acting like we are, you know, oblivious to that, okay? And I get it. There are women that are using men just to use them and not really caring about them, or just want to take all their money. Some of these men who don't even have money got this like delusion that everybody wants to take their money. That is non-existent, okay? I need them to really tap into reality, touch some grass or something, and really come to the terms that not all women are like that. But everybody's just been, a lot of men, the brokies, in lotto terms, are really going in the comments like, oh, women. Everybody has preference. That might not be your preference, okay? It might not be. Not every woman is trying to use you. You need to heal that. There are really great women. I know a lot of great women, I myself included. You just have to use your discernment. Some of y'all men who got like dissed or used or whatever, like, that needs to get healed. Because you can't just be going into another relationship just thinking that's all what women are about. You know when a woman likes you. You know. Next question. This is from Heaven Amari. Or is it Haven Amari? Amari, tell me, what is it? I'm so sorry. But follow her. Follow her. She's also a content creator and been doing her YouTubes. Girl, I've been seeing you. I see. She asked me, what's one of the most rewarding things of being a mama? I think the most rewarding things about being a mom is actually hearing them talk and their thoughts, because then you start to hear that they actually listen to you. When shit hits the fan in their lives or something happens to them, they always resort to what their parents would do in this moment, or what did my mom teach me about this, and seeing how they react and handle a situation. I think that part is rewarding, to see that they actually take your advice and apply it. When shit hits the fan, yes, they're gonna do things that you don't want them to do, but I just love to see that all my hard work isn't going to waste. All the lectures, all the teaching, I think it's just wonderful to see my daughter succeed in life. I think that's the most rewarding part, is just seeing my daughter grow and become her own young, beautiful woman. She's just turning into such a little lady. She looks different. Her face is just becoming more mature. She looks like me. I'm starting to see it, y'all, because all y'all be saying how we are twins, but I just love to see the growth. I think that's the most rewarding thing, and to see, I love to see like the milestones, the changes. You know how in the first years of their lives, like, you notice like the little things, when they start crawling, when they start walking, when they still hold their own bottle and things like that. There's still more to come as they get older. So I just love to I think it's just rewarding to watch my daughter grow and just see her become this little lady. It's just a little extension of myself, a little mini me, and I just love to see it. And I just love, another part is like breaking generational curses. And mind you, I have both of my parents, okay? And I was telling my mom this yesterday. I was like, it's weird because I had both of my parents and we did family things. We were very super family oriented. Both of my parents are married. Their parents were married. So I came from a good home, very religious home. And I think that's where the trauma comes into play. And it's not because of God. I love God. God knows that. I have my own relationship with him. But it comes with the religion and the outside people, like the preachers, it's just something in that. When religion starts to get too culty, then that's when I see the red flags in it. Nonetheless, my parents were good parents, but they also was going through their own things. And as I got older, I started to realize it, and I was like, oh, they were going through real life stuff. Like, because I'm also going through real life stuff. They were human too. They were not bad parents, but did their stuff cause a little trauma? Yeah, absolutely. Things that I had to heal? Yeah, absolutely. So when it comes to my kid, I just love the fact that I can give her a life where she doesn't have as much trauma as I've had. I love to see the generational curses being broken. Like that, I think that's the most rewarding part too as well. This video is probably longer than, let's do some lips. Let's do our lips. I also forgot to mention how I've been feeling, and I've been saying that the recovery process has been crazy. I started to have a lot of redness in my incision line that I felt like I was getting an infection, which I probably was, and because of me being a nurse, I caught it before, it could spread. I remember when my mom got knee surgery and it looked exactly like that, like her incision was super red, and they had to open her back up and clean it out and give her antibiotics. I was avoiding that completely. I wasn't about to go all the way back to Miami, get opened up, having to stay there for another week. I don't have the time off, and I definitely didn't want to spend all that money. I already spent a lot of money, right? So I ended up contacting my doctor. So if you notice anything, you read the things that you should call your provider for. Redness, overswelling, drainage that has a funky smell, hot to touch. Those kind of signs and symptoms, you need to be contacting the nurse that's on call. They're open 24/7. My doctor, he messaged me that night because it was nighttime, and he messaged me, he texted me, had me send him pictures, and he was slightly concerned, but he was like, let's give it another day because, it could just be irritated. This was a week after that when I got home. So that's 2 weeks out. And that I was allowed to take the tapes off, and they were itching too. When you get breast surgery too, any tightening surgery, I feel like this happens with girls with tummy tucks, it gets inflamed and it starts itching so bad because your nerves are starting to reconnect and everything is expanded, and you're getting that feeling back. It itches so bad, so bad. So you need cortisone cream for sure with the aloe. I put that in my Amazon storefront. Definitely get that if you plan on getting that kind of surgery. Just make sure that you don't do it around your incision line, just up here. I needed it so bad, y'all. I'm gonna go in with Milk. Milk also sent me their primer. They sent me some other stuff too, as you guys seen in the beginning of this video. They sent me their blush and lip stain jelly. Love. But yeah, they also sent me the setting spray. But yes, hopefully I get this video out for y'all on Sunday. I'm gonna go put on my work clothes. Your girl's birthday is on Saturday. But yeah, your girl is turning 23 again on Saturday. I can't believe I didn't mention that because it's Libra season. Really, what? It's Libra season. So yes, birthday is on Saturday. I think in the next video I do want to show you guys more before and after what the boobies are looking like. Right now, this is how we're looking. So the swelling is down. We have definition in between versus I really didn't have, it was just all swollen. It was out here, there was no cleavage. It was just all just puffiness. So this is what we're looking like. I'm gonna go get dressed for work. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And until next time, bye.